So the suspense is over. Roki Sasaki is officially signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers, according to MLBTradeRumors.com, the worst kept secret in all of baseball. So now we can breathe, we can sleep again, right? We can move on with our lives as if we didn't know this was most likely happening anyway. It was fun while it lasted. It was fun while the Blue Jays acquired more international money. Now they have more international money to play with. So, and this is going to be a 6-year minor league deal. 3 years of pre-arb, 3 years of arb for Roki Sasaki. So they're getting him on the cheap, adding to what is a formidable rotation already. So, again, it is what it is, right? Now, before we start, before fans start trolling and all this other stuff, you haven't won anything. You haven't won a World Series yet with him, okay? You might have won last year. Good for you, okay? But you got to win multiple World Series consecutively to start talking dynasty and all this stuff, right? And, I could care less that he's going to the Dodgers personally. Could care less. But again, this dispenses over. Now we'll see some more moves happening, right? This was holding up, I think, a lot of moves. And even though we've had quite a few bullpen moves today, like AJ Minter, guy we talked about recently, he's going to the Mets. And the A's actually added Jose Leclerc, former closer for the Texas Rangers. So they've been pretty busy as well. The more interesting signing to me is what if you don't know if you've heard this, but the A's signed somebody really interesting. Essentially, and I'm pulling this up, the Oakland A's signed the next two-way player in baseball. Yep. This is essentially, what do you call it? Shohei Ohtani Part 2, if I should say that. But he's not going to sign a like a high school or minor league deal. He's going right to sign a major league deal with the A's for 1 point, and I'm pulling it up here. Where is the Oakland A's? But they signed the second two-way player in baseball for $1.2 million. I don't know where these guys are at, but Oakland Athletics. That to me is more exciting than, here we go, Athletics. I know they signed about a dozen international players. Shotaro Mori. He's a right-handed pitcher, also plays infielder from Japan. Shotaro Mori. Again, he's a two-way player. Pitcher and a position player. So he's not a pitcher and a DH like Shohei Ohtani. But again, that to me shows that the A's have been, serious about hopefully competing. And again, he doesn't necessarily put them over the payroll threshold to not get penalized yet, but he helps. But the news of the day is, again, the Dodgers are signing Roki Sasaki. And again, okay. We got so many people, saying like totally discounting or trolling. A lot of people trolling me and saying, well, the Dodgers own the Yankees now, blah, blah, blah. And of course I say, you got to win. You don't have to win multiple World Series. We have 27. It's by basically 20 more than the Dodgers do. Oh, but those are old championships, right? When they were garbage titles. And I'm like, okay, let's go back to 1980. Since 80, the Dodgers have won how many? 3 or 4? Yankees have 5. Yankees have 5 since 1990. The last time the Dodgers won their actual, last big World Series. Because before the COVID year in 2020, it was 1990. 32 years, 1988. Right? Since that 1990 or 1988, the Yankees have won 5. There isn't a team in baseball that's won more than 5. Or even equal to 5. And in fact, there's a championship in the championship, period. Okay? So no cheap championships. Everybody knows this, but people need to do that. They need to troll. They need to troll the Yankees best they can. Right? So, what annoys me, Javi? That people have nothing better to do with their trolling. I think it guarantees the Dodgers. Nothing guarantees the World Series to the Dodgers. And the dynasty, I'm not even wasting my time. You have to win multiple championships, multiple years in a row. Who's the last team that doubled? The Yankees. Who's the last team that three-peated? The Yankees. So, not even entertaining the dynasty discussion. What for? What for? Right? It's bad enough the Dodgers already and Major League Baseball already wiped the gambling Shohei Ohtani scandal under the rug, right? and basically made his interpreter the fall guy, right? So, and again, oh, Javi, I've said repeatedly, I don't care if they sign Roki Sasaki. I said don't rule out other teams, Javi. Okay, and it is a minor league deal, but I don't care whether they sign him or not. No, it's no contract details. It's a minor league deal. It's 3 years of ARB, so it's the league minimum. 3 years of pre-ARB. Excuse me. League minimum was like 700,000, and then 3 years of pre-ARB, 3 years of ARB, which can go up, and then whatever they sign up for today is going to be his signing bonus. So if they sign up for $5 million, they had like 5 point something million in Dodgers. That would be his signing bonus. That wouldn't be his salary. So it's just like all these other guys. When the Yankees gave Jason Dominguez $5 million, that was his signing bonus. And then he signed on to minor league deals. So that the signing bonus is different than the salary. So, and it is what it is. It is what it is. But this could mean with the Padres out, maybe this reignites the Arias for Marcus Stroman talks because they need a starting pitcher, right? Maybe. Go have your Big Mac apple pie, Javi. It's not a flex, dude. Enjoy watching it. If he's healthy, good for you. It's not a flex. Not a flex. Dodgers fans are not smart enough to get in our heads here. The ones that like to troll here, they're not smart enough. Right? They're not what the Yankees are in the 90s and 2000s because they haven't won multiple championships, Anthony. They're trying to be. Give them credit for that, but they haven't won multiple championships. Right? Yankees have, 4 and 6 years? So, yeah, multiple championships is a huge, it's a much different thing. Much different thing. Yep. But again, it's going to be 3 years of pre-ARB and 3 years of ARB. So it's not going to be like a $200 million deal or whatever it might be. That's just going to be the contract. It is. This is exactly the type of contract that Shohei Ohtani signed. Like you get the budget contract, considered the budget contract on 3 years of pre-ARB, and then through arbitration, Ohtani's salary shot up before his big contracting for agency. The same thing will apply to Roki Sasaki. The same thing will apply to anybody else who signed internationally too. Jason Dominguez. Okay, he's got 6 years of service time still. Got 3 years of pre-ARB and 3 years of ARB. So it's going to be the same thing too. 3 years cheap ARB because there's no salary, elevators in pre-ARB. The salary elevates in the ARB years. I don't know. Nah, Bregman's not a fit here. Bregman's not a fit here. People keep talking. People keep pushing on the short-term deal. Why would you give up 2 draft picks, international money, and a big contract and drop in a draft for 1 year of Alex Bregman? Why would you do that? There's no way in the world. Okay? And it's on him and Boris, just like it's on Pete Alonso and Boris. Both of them turned down big contracts in favor of it. And Pete Alonso he's also turned down 3 other offers from the Mets. So that's on those guys, Alonso and Boris, just like Bregman and Boris, on them turning down the big 6-year deal with the Astros. He turned it down. Thought he was going to get something bigger. You guys might want to think about holding Boris accountable, not blaming the Mets, not blaming the Yankees, not blaming any other teams or the Astros, right? So we'll see. And I think too, yeah, and they have to build up Sasaki's innings. And I've said this repeatedly. If you got to look at the stats, he's thrown 120 innings once in his career. So he's got to get up there. I mean, Yamamoto already had a bigger body of work. Then he came to the U.S., pitched in the majors, got hurt, missed 3 months. So there's no guarantee that Sasaki's going to stay healthy, even if they do a 6-man rotation. So you got half the rotation, Glasnow and some of these other guys coming off Tommy John. Glasnow, you got Ohtani coming off Tommy John. So yeah. The innings are important, Abraham. The innings are important. Yep. Yep. But for those that haven't heard, he's going to the Dodgers. Does that guarantee anything? Nope. Not a thing. The Dodgers had a bunch of guys that have career years this year. So, and you're essentially going to, and Jack Flaherty's not coming back there. So you're going to replace Flaherty and Bueller, who also had pretty good time with the Dodgers, with Otani and Snell. Okay. So, yeah, you can call them the Japanese Dodgers. It is what it is. And again, like, it's no surprise. It's no surprise they want to, they want to be in the West Coast. It's not a hit on the Yankees. A lot of these guys are not equipped to handle the Hornets' nest of the East Coast. And that's not only the Yankees. That's the Mets, the Phillies, the Red Sox. They would be eaten alive in this media. So, and then the reporters here and so on and so forth. I mean, luckily, Otani, not Otani, the Yankees had Tanaka, the Yankees had Matsui. And again, this is also not the first time. Remember, the Dodgers had Hideo Nomo. They had, who else did they have? Hiroki Kuroda, who also came to the Yankees. So, yeah. Yeah. We'll see where Tanner Scott goes. I don't know. I'm not sure. The Mets signed AJ Minter today, so I don't know if that means they're going to get him. Who knows? And like Minter signed for 2 years, $22 million with an opt-out. Then you got Leclerc signed with A's today, 1 year, $10 million. So maybe this lowers the price for Tanner Scott. I don't know if Tanner Scott's going to get $20 million a year now. No, Flaherty's not re-signing with the Dodgers now. There's no room for him. Yep. No, they're not going to pick up him. Who keeps peddling this J-Ram from Cleveland thing? Is it that AI channel? The Yankees are not picking up. He's not available. The Guardians would never trade him. There's no way they're going to move him, Ramirez. Yeah. We'll see, Paranormal. I mean, I will see how long I'll be. I won't be on super long because it's kind of dinner time. So, yeah, the AI channel, but that's baloney. Jose Ramirez. They also had Rafael Devers coming to the Yankees. Like, ridiculous. That channel is a completely clickbait propaganda channel. So, well, that's, yeah. I mean, the pitching the pitching staff's got to hold up and stay healthy. That is a made of glass pitch rotation over there. So, and we'll see with the Blue Jays too. Like, I mean, we'll see if they trade Vladdy. Well, we hear now that they want a bigger package than the Yankees gave up for Soto. So, nothing on Brendan Donovan yet. We're not going to find out like those guys for a little while. And the market has not yet really materialized. And the Yankees are just waiting for prices to come down. No surprise. There's no need for them to be making desperate overpay right now. None. Not with 4 weeks left until pitchers and catchers report. No, the Yankees are not done, Jonas. I mean, I think the Roki Sasaki market was holding up Flaherty, holding up what's the other guy? Nick Pivetta and some of these other guys. So the market might, we'll start to see some movement now. There's still 100 plus players who haven't been signed yet. So it's going to be pretty busy the next couple of weeks. Now that this Sasaki thing is done, now, people are going to, pivot to Bregman. They're going to pivot to Alonso, Santander, and all these other guys. So Yankees still have 6 international players signed. They still have 6 international players signed. So, yep. Yeah. Once they get an offer to their liking for Stroman, they'll move him. Well, the problem, you can block the AI channel, but that doesn't mean you can't block their, they're making their content and all that stuff. That just means if we block them, they can't comment on ours, which they don't anyway because they're AI. So it's a bunch of baloney. You know what I mean? Well, the Blue Jays are apparently about to reopen negotiation talks with Vlad Guerrero Jr. So we'll see. If they don't extend him, then there's a better decent chance he can sign with the Mets. But apparently that they're going to move Mark Vientos to first base. But if they lose Pete Alonso, that's more embarrassing than the Yankees losing Soto. Alonso's one of their franchise players, if not their franchise guy. Soto is not. He's kind of considered a hired gun. So I think they're looking into Andrew Chafin too, because he has a balanced attack against lefties and righties, but he's deadly on lefties consistently too. So I could see Chafin probably. I could see them probably thinking Chafin will give him more value than Tim Hill. But we'll see. We'll see. If the Yankees do Tanner Scott, yeah, I'll probably do a big that kind of pipe. They get Tanner Scott. Yeah. Yeah, it's not very nice, Pete. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Alonso, Boris did him dirty, but he allowed it to happen. Just like Bregman, Boris did him dirty too, but he allowed it to happen. Right? So it is what it is. It is what it is. So no, I don't agree. The Mets outfield is not better than the Yankees. Soto is not a great outfielder. Gets to the ball, but he's not a great outfielder. Who's the rest of the Mets outfield? I don't even know. And of course, SNY is going to say that. Pro Mets. Yankees are going to add a bat too, Jay Snow. They're going to add a bat. Same 6 guys that I mentioned yesterday, Yankees for life. The same 6 international players that I talked about yesterday. Yankees are signed. All of them from Dominican Republic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the plan is to have Ohtani pitch, but we'll see. We'll see what they do. I did not see what Buster Olney said yesterday. What did he say? Keep hitting them like buttons, game. Let's try to get over 100 likes. We got 60 in here right now. Got 140 people in here. Smack that thumbs up. And thank you, gang, for it. I really do. Yeah, Devin Williams. That's going to be fun. Yeah. Hello to your mom, AJ. Hello, hello. Hello, Mom. Mm-hmm. No, they're not going in. They're not content going in with DJ. I wouldn't believe the talking points from Twitter. They're not starting him at third base. Jones and Clark Schmidt, I would not give both of those guys for Brendan Donovan. I wouldn't do it. Nobody's got Kim yet. Well, they got Ha-Sung, but not Ha-Sung Kim. No idea what that means, Richard Lewis. The Mets will sign that. I don't really care. I'm much more hoping that the Yankees, that Spencer Jones makes strides so that we don't have to sign Kyle Tucker and give him $500 million at the age of 29. Buster Olney's wrong. And I do think that's talking points. Jay Snow. But thank you for clearing that up. Rizzo hasn't been picked up yet. No, he has not. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Merck. I'm not worrying about that. It's a year away. So, It's still a year away. But again, if Jones starts out well in AAA, plays well, he'll get a call up. He'll get a call up, especially if he's playing extremely well. He'll force their hands. They would have no choice but to call him up. Ben Rice was a catcher and a first baseman in the minors, so he could be the backup, but I don't think he would be. So I don't know. Yes, I'm open to trading Oswaldo. Depends on who I get for him though. But I think he's best fit here as our Swiss Army knife. But I don't think they're going to start Oswaldo. I don't think they're going to start Peraza. I don't think they're going to start DJ. It's one reason they're still looking for a bat. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's funny. Michael Arias, their 29th prospect, he was the 18th prospect in the Cubs system. And the Cubs are ranked 5th right now. And the Yankees, according to these charts, are ranked 29th, which is completely inaccurate. Okay. If he's 29th in the Yankee system and he was an 18th in the number 5 system, it's just a testament to show that the Yankees farm system is stronger than people think. And I think it's important to keep in mind that the stuff isn't mentioned, that anytime you graduate somebody to the major leagues from the minors, the farm does take a hit in rankings. So Dodgers already won what? They haven't won anything. Nothing in 2025. Max coverage. What's up, my man? What's going on? Yeah, why did they play the dog and pony show? Exactly, max coverage. Exactly. Well, let them monopolize, let them do it. I'm not comparing them to the Yankees yet because they got to win multiple championships. So, yeah, the Yankees farm was ranked horrible according to one metric, right? Are they including promotions to the majors? Doesn't look like it. And if you look at the trade that they just made, about the kid Abreu, he was the 18th prospect in the Cubs system. Cubs are ranked 5th, but he's 29th in the Yankees. What does that tell you? The Yankees farm system is much stronger than 29. Okay. Frank, I think the market will pick up now. Now that this Roki drama is over, and people can, get back to normal, it'll pick up. A bunch of minor, agreements today. And again, I got a couple of bullpen relievers now off the market. Jose Leclerc to the A's, Minter to the Mets. So, why do the Yankees get pillaged in the Rule 5 draft? Because their farm is better than people think. When your farm is better than people think, people poach your coaches and they poach your players. And the coaches don't get picked in Rule 5 draft, but they go after a lot of coaches. There's a lot of turnover. No. Yeah. I would not sign Bregman to a 2-year, but that's just me. That's just me. I don't think he would be welcomed here with open arms by a lot of his teammates. So that, to me, I don't want to disrupt the chemistry of this team. Steals, yeah, a lot of people feel that way right now. Dodgers. But yeah, oh God, max coverage, yeah. That's a double dick punch for the Jays, man. Yes, last year on Ohtani, what a troll job. People were following that plane ride for like 6 hours, and then it was the dude from Shark Tank that was on the plane. It's like, oh my God, what a troll job. That was crazy. Yeah. At top 100, yeah, according to this metric, yeah, apparently, but that doesn't matter. Poor Toronto is right, man. The Yankees AA farm is ridiculous. That's where a majority of their talent is right now. They go back to regular business, Keith. I mean, once they were told they were out on Sasaki, they signed six players international right off the bat. And they also made that trade for Abreu. So they're making these trades and these moves while the market's materializing for the positions that they need, which is the lefty in the bullpen and one more infield bat. So um, the market still has not fully, revealed itself yet. So that's why there's 4 weeks left until pitchers and catchers. So, Brian Cashman's going to take his time here. So the NL is stacked, Max. You're right about that. Yeah, I mean, it is important to stay focused. And like, we've had one of the better postseason, I mean, off seasons of any team. So Yankees have pivoted very well from Juan Soto. So their lineup is longer. The rotation's stronger. The bullpen's stronger. So, and that to me that says something, but people are obsessed with what's going on right now about Roki Sasaki, and a lot of people are pissed off at the Yankees for not overpaying for Bregman or Santander or Pete Alonso. Well, no one else is either. What does that tell you? We didn't fail to sign Walker Buehler. We got Max Fried instead, who's better than Walker Buehler. You don't need Walker Buehler. Beltran, CC, Ichiro, and Billy Wagner all have more. Okay. I think CC's a first ballot guy. So, and I think Ichiro obviously is a first ballot guy. He should be as close to unanimous as it gets, Ichiro. Brent, I'm not sure yet. Discontent. It's a good question. Chancellor Brendan Dunn, I'm not sure. I know they're looking into it, but how much, I don't know. And we're hoping that Dominguez is going to be a beast. We're hoping. I wouldn't say Tanner Scott's the only one worth signing. There are other relievers who are pretty capable who can help the Yankees. I think Bellinger is going to be just fine in the Bronx. And that's the other thing, too. Bellinger was very critical of the Astros cheating thing a couple years ago. The Dodgers, they got screwed also. The Yankees got screwed, and the Red Sox got screwed. But he was very vocal about it, calling them out. And it made me like him even more. So it's not only Judge that wouldn't welcome him, neither would Bellinger. I don't think either one of them would welcome Correa either. So the Marlins are going to get penalized soon unless they get their payroll over 105. Yeah, let him go to Boston. I don't care. Bregman, go ahead. And Boston, I think, is going to be the team the Yankees will compete against this year in the AL East anyway. They're better than Baltimore. So, not necessarily Wookie, because we got Max Fried. So Yankees payroll is at like 302 or 303, something like that. They're over the cone right now. They're right at the line. Well, the MLB will file, the Players Association will file a grievance. So I'm not exactly sure what the grievance is, but how much of a penalty it comes with the grievance. But if personally, I think that's got to be in the next CBA. We've talked about this, a salary floor. And if you don't spend even the minimum, you got to lose draft picks. You got to lose revenue share. You should get no revenue sharing. None. Because you're not spending it on the players that the Yankees are giving you for free. Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, all the big market teams are giving. The Yankees gave $140 million in revenue sharing last year. And teams like the A's pocket it. Teams like the Marlins pocket it. They don't spend it on their players. And that's not fair to teams like the Yankees. I mean, the teams that invest in their players are the ones that get penalized. That's not fair. Well, that's the thing too. Like people are, it's crazy. They're like pissed off at Alonso, but the Mets just signed Frankie Montas and Ray Holmes, and they give a lot of money to these guys, and even Paul Blackburn. And my friends are attacking Alonso. Yeah, Alonso made a tactical mistake with Boris, but let's be real. These are other, not wise spendings that the Mets have made as well. So yeah, I do think it was all for show that he was going to go to the Dodgers. But it is what it is now. I don't care. It's over. But just wanted to get that news out to everybody for those that haven't heard. It's official now. So, well, that's the thing too, Stacey. Yeah, I mean, the Yankees are still being responsible. They got better this offseason. Um, and they're always going to be. And again, people like to troll the Yankees and say, "Oh, they're old. They're old World Series. They're old World Series." We'll go back to 1990, the last time the Dodgers actually won their World Series before COVID. How many have they won since then? 2. How many have the Yankees won since then? 5. 5 versus 2. So people keep saying the Yankees haven't won dick, and the Yankees are their empire is dead. They've won 5 World Series since 2000, since 1990. Okay, no team has done that. Only the Yankees. So this whole empire is dead thing. The Yankees are now the shell of their former selves. Good George is not here. Stop. Stop. Yeah. 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 I do think that the deferments hurt the team in the future, but I don't know if the current ownership groups care. So Reds won in 90. The Dodgers won in 88. So it's 34 years, or 36 years, whatever it was. 32 until 2020. So 1988. Because the Dodgers are going to have they're going to have a lot of money tied up into guys that aren't going to be playing. So the merchandise and jersey sales and all that stuff are going to go. The revenue, the amount of revenue that they bring in when they're not playing, is going to be a lot less significant than the money that they're bringing in now when they are playing. So I do think they'll be tied up. But again, it is what it is, right? Yeah, free goalie Bellinger Williams. They also got Fernando Cruz for the bullpen. They just got this kid Abreu who can be a valuable member of the bullpen too. They brought back Johnny Loizaga as well. So Yankees are doing just fine. They're doing just fine. Mm-hmm. 2009 is not forever, Jason. You gotta have a better argument than that, man. Dumb longer we come. What? Yeah, they probably will. Pivot to Donovan or Nico. I mean, if they become available, yeah. I do think Nico's availability could be depending on whether Alex Bregman signs with the Cubs or not. That could happen. So, not happy with the current activity. Around baseball, Beagle, that is that what you're saying? Guardians, yeah, the Guardians haven't won forever. Yeah, exactly. John, we'll see when the Yankees sign a player or trade for a player. It's gotta let the market materialize. I mean, a lot of teams have not signed and traded for players. It's not only the Yankees; it's a lot of players. I do. Hey, Tiffany, how are you? I think they will move Stroman at the right price. Yeah. Oh, Jay Toy, you gotta come up. Jay Snow, you gotta come up with some better talking points, man. Complaining about championships. Yeah, it's not like he hasn't tried. Donovan can play third and second. Mm-hmm. It depends, Wookie. It depends on who you can get. I'm fine with Jazz at either position. He's a plus defender at second, obviously, so I'd love to have a third baseman, but I'm okay with either one. The Dodgers have traded Dylan Campbell to the Phillies in a trade that includes international bonus pool space. So maybe the Dodgers got a little bit more international money. Right. The forever thing in 2009, Jason, you like, come on. You have to do better than that. No idea, Michael, when Stroman gets moved. When Cashman gets a price that a team to agree to it. So he could move Stroman to the A's to help him get over the cut salary. He could move Stroman to the Marlins to help him get over the salary thing too. Yeah. It looks like the Guardians tried to help the Blue Jays. It looks like the Phillies might have tried to help the Dodgers here. We'll see. Yep. Well, the problem, Steve, is no salary cap. There's no salary cap. But they've also deferred over $1 billion. So, I mean, they're committed to the next 2 decades of high salary. Next 2 decades. It's a lot. Ohtani giving them the flexibility is nice, but it's going to cost heavy money. Mm-hmm. Yankees are heavy favorites on a player and then lose out on them. Oh, who are they heavy favorites on, Ruben? Never you see. That's not true. Hardly ever used to be the case. The Yankees were heavy favorites on Vlad Guerrero Sr. They had reached an agreement, and then George Steinbrenner overruled Ryan Cashman and signed Gary Sheffield instead. They weren't heavy favorites on Sasaki, Ruben. You guys. QO needs to be addressed in the next CBA. I agree. They weren't heavy favorites on Yamamoto, too, either. Girls. Yeah. They weren't big favorites on either one of them. Again, Twitter talking points aren't enough. I have no idea where Vlad Guerrero wants to go. He just wants to be paid. He'll get paid. Well, this is true too, Frank. Yeah, the Yankees are used by everybody to raise the salary for folks. So the Mets, this is true too. I don't know yet. Paranormal. One of these nights. But I wanted to get on because this news just broke on Roki Sasaki. So yeah, Vlad Sr., Hall of Famer, well deserved. And the Yankees had an agreement. Cashman reached an agreement with him, and he was overruled by George Steinbrenner. We'll see that next year. More money. I'm not even thinking about it. Vladdy's probably going to cost $10,500,000, and so is Kyle Tucker. Going to cost about $500,000. Dodgers not won yet. They haven't won anything yet. They won the Sasaki sweepstake, but that doesn't guarantee a World Series. Cash spent a lot. No, you heard a lot of Yankees channels obsessing over Yamamoto. Cashman didn't spend. I mean, he went over there and scouted him. He had somebody scouting him all the time, so they did their due diligence. But at no point, and they had a they offered him $300 million, but he wanted to go to the Dodgers. So the Mets offered him $300 million too. It's just the way that it is. But again, we went to the World Series without him, so this is what it is. Yeah, Vlad and Tucker, I think, are both going to cost about $500,000. Dodgers got some extra international money. I wonder how much they got from the Phillies. I don't even know who Dylan Campbell is. Let's see here. I'm looking. Let's see what we got. Dodgers transfer. You'll just get them international pool space. That's it. There's no specific number yet. It took a little while to find out how much the Blue Jays got. The Blue Jays got $2 million in international money from the Dodgers. I mean, from the Blue Jays. It's pretty good. Only for the right player, Michael Osborne. Yeah. Shanuel or Soderstrom at 10-team keeper dynasty. I don't know enough about either one of them, Cadzilla. I wish I did. I would not trade Spencer Jones for Kyle Tucker. Yeah. Murakami or Tucker, yeah. But so does Spencer Jones. Yep. Oh yeah. I don't know if they're going to be all in on Tucker. If Spencer Jones makes strides, then they don't need to be all on Tucker. It was almost identical skill set. Well, very rarely does a Japanese player come to the international market, Murderers Row. Roki Sasaki did because he came posted early. Had he waited until he was 25, he wouldn't have been in the international market. He would have been like Yamamoto last year was MLB contract. That's why Murakami next year is going to be MLB contract, no international market. The Yankees are heavy on the international market with the Dominican players and those folks, but very rarely is a Japanese player in on in the international market. Dylan Campbell's in high A. Okay. All right. A little minor league depth for the Phillies. I don't know where the Dodgers are at. No, the chance. I don't know, James. No, but I'd rather take that than spend $500 million on Kyle Tucker. Yeah, the Yankees are. I mean, Dominguez. You got Roderick Arias. You got a lot of these players, Dominican international players for the Yankees. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hearing. That they're going to be all in on Murakami. So, and the Yankees have a better chance bringing in hitters from Japan than they do pitchers from Japan, which is fine. And then even last year, Shota Imanaga is the guy I wanted over Yamamoto. I did videos on him, Imanaga. He went to the Cubs. So, and I also predicted that Imanaga would have been a better pitcher last year in the majors than Yamamoto, and he was. So, it is what it is. Figures what out? Figures what out? He'll cut down on his strikeouts, just like Judge did. Yankees international prospect signings, they're actually not that bad. Well, one kid's a 5-tool player, a lot of position players. So, but again, of the top 50, 48 out of the 50 are 16 and 17 years old. So at this point, you're not going to see much after that, like much excitement over these young kids right now. All good, Murderers Row, man. All good, man. I'm not sure, Ramon. Dodgers current payroll 272. Yeah, had Otani not deferred that money, then they would be at like 340. Making $2 million instead of 70. Mm-hmm. Can't be carried over to the following year, but you can add to the existing year. Mm-hmm. Entertain that dynasty. Got to win multiple championships for it to be considered. But people can say all they want, dynasty this, dynasty that, but you got to win multiple championships. That's my opinion. No, that's just me. I can't speak for everybody else. I got you, Frank. I got you, Frank, man. Well, we don't know if Murakami's going next year, Chocolate. It's too far along. So, too far along. A year away. He still needs to make some improvements to his contact rate and stuff like that. So, I know he's working on his agility and his defensive skills this offseason. So, that's a good thing. Say all you want, but I'm going to the Dodgers. It doesn't really matter anyway. I wouldn't even care if he did. Yeah, they allowed the deferred contract. They also allowed them to brush the gambling thing under the rug. and let Otani's interpreter be the fall guy, and they let Otani off scot free. Gambled $16 million and let him off scot free because he's a cash cow for the major leagues. Ridiculous. Do I get aggressive? What if I'm the GM, Ramon? I'm adding a lefty in the bullpen, and I'm trying to get Brendan Donovan or Nico Horner as the other infield bat. Trying to. Yeah, and like exactly. And we butchered that Otani thing, but he's their golden boy, right? The moneymaker. So they want to protect their moneymaker. So money is clearly a priority over integrity of the game. Yeah, had he been the Yankee, he'd have been crucified. Yeah, he would have been exposed too. But, yep. Japanese players no longer. Well, I wouldn't say that. The right Japanese players come here. Tanaka, Matsui. So this is a recent thing with Otani. And again, because they were creative with his money, they allowed that to happen. So, Yamamoto wanted to follow suit, and it looks like Sasaki wanted to follow suit. Let them. But again, I don't really care. They're not winning. They haven't won multiple championships yet. So I'm not even putting them in the Dynasty Bowl yet. People are giving them a Dynasty title like way in advance, years in advance. For what? He was never put on trial, Mike Sam. Because MLB brushed under the rug. So we're not going to give it a rest. I don't know. I have to ask MLB that. I don't know. You would think so, Jake, but there. Here's what it is. The deferred one. It's only 2 million is counting towards the payroll, but 68 is going to count towards their payroll when he's not playing. But it's slick too because he'll probably be back in Japan. So that 68 million is not going to be subject to federal taxes. It's not going to be subject to California state taxes too. So it's very slick. Very slick. Yep. Let's be nice to each other, guys. Tani would get eaten alive here. So would Yamamoto. So would, the Yankees fans and the Yankees media and all this stuff would have eaten Yamamoto alive this past year if he missed 4 months. Eating him alive. It's a different environment here. It's a different world here. You got to have thick skin here. You do not have to have as thick of a skin in LA. You don't. You do have to have it here. But again, like I said, there's no guarantee the Dodgers are going to win a World Series next year or multiple years after that. So what's the point in giving them the dynasty title? A lot of things have to go your way. They're the favorite to who, Mike? To who? So they definitely game the system, yeah. And the system allowed it to happen. So you want to go to the West? Go out West. It's all good. Appreciate you, Melody Davis. Appreciate you. One of us. Oh, Soto wanted. It looks like Soto wanted to be the man, and he wasn't going to be the man on the Yankees with Judge here. It's easier for him to be the man on the Mets. No doubt about that. Who signed the minor league deal? Alex. Yeah. It is what it is, right? So, I mean, they still have to play baseball like us over here. They just don't have to deal with the hornet's nest over there like we do here. Oh, Soto can handle New York, yeah. Lindor won't be the man, but Soto there. Melody, really, you're one of us. We love you too. Roki, yeah, it's well, anybody that's in the international market signs minor league deals. That's the way it is internationally. So whatever that money they give you is your signing bonus, and then you have 3 years of pre-arb and then 3 years of arb. That's what Otani did too when he came here. He got posted early, and then he went through that process. If you wait until you're 25, just like Yamamoto did last year, like Murakami's going to do next year, then you're not subject to all that stuff. That's why Yamamoto got a $300 million deal, and Roki Sasaki is going to get pennies on the dollar because he got posted early. So it's a different kind of way that they utilize the posting system and the contracts internationally here. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think Soto will be fine with the Mets, but I don't know if it is what it is. There's zero chance. Oh, you keep thinking that, Daniel. Whatever you say. Keep thinking it. We want you to think that. We want you to keep thinking that. So I'm actually cool we didn't get Tucker. So that's what it is. I'm over it really quickly. So. Mm-hmm. Matsui was a beast. Yeah, Matsui was a beast. So was Masahiro Tanaka. He had a partially torn UCL in his arm his first year and never got Tommy John. Otani's already got Tommy John twice. Yeah. We'll see what happened with these other guys. We don't know yet. But Yamamoto missed 4 months of the season with a shoulder injury, so or rotator cuff, whatever it was. I would not hold on Stroman. If I could trade him, I'd trade him. I would trade him. I think the Yankees beat themselves more than the Dodgers beat them. The Dodgers just capitalized on the Yankees, careless play, bad play. So that's what you do in the World Series. That's when World Series teams do that. Well, we don't know that they're available just yet, Chase. Now we're waiting to. Yankees are looking into both. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Why, Donnie John? I don't disagree with that. I think I side with the Mets here. They're holding firm. So Pete Alonso has turned down 3D. He turned down a 7-year deal from the Mets. Why in the world would they go beyond that? He turned down 3 offers already from the Mets. It's no longer on Pete's terms just because it was Scott Boras. Boras did you dirty. And this is a mistake, a tactical mistake by Pete Alonso. So, Happy Friday, Marcus. What's up, brother? Yep. Blue Jays, yeah. Well, it is what it is, Beagle Down. It is what it is. Let them have them. Let them have them. He rejected 3 offers, Jonathan. 3 offers from the Mets. So they clearly want. It looks like they clearly want Vlad now. and they pivoted from Alonso already. They've already attacked the bullpen pretty quickly today. So, and I could see them trying to trade for Vlad. What would be really crazy is if Vlad re-up with the Blue Jays, and they didn't get either one. That'd be kind of crazy. But we'll see. Yeah. Who's the number one overall pick? You mean first round draft pick, Mike Gubby? Yeah. Harshman, yes. When do you learn? Let me ask you a question, Daniel. When do you learn the fundamentals in baseball? Since you're putting this on Boone, who took the Yankees to a World Series. When do you learn fundamentals in baseball? Because it's not the major leagues. You got that right, Marcus. He did it. Boris did him dirty, and Pete Alonso did himself dirty. Yeah, Little League, the fundamentals. So putting this on Boone is such a weak argument. I know there's a couple of YouTube channels who obsess over this stuff. They spend nothing better to do with their lives than to bash Boone and Cashman almost every day. Nothing better to do with their lives. It's so weak. God bless you too, Kenneth, man. God bless you, my friend. We are a big market team. The Yankees' payroll is higher than both of them. Yep. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Vladdy and the Blue Jays. I don't know. It's the player's job to perform. It's the player's job. They get paid millions of dollars to do something. If timing, you make a couple of fundamental mistakes in one inning, you can put that all on the manager. Because if it hasn't happened to other teams. I think some of these other channels are so weak for putting everything on Boone and Cashman. Nobody hates you. Nobody hates you, Mario. We don't do hate here. It's a waste of time. Other channels do that. We don't do it here. Hate is just a weak transfer of energy. It really does. Yeah. Yes, Freeman's still with the Dodgers. Yes, he is. That's good, Jay Gent. That's good. Nothing today in Yankees. Yet. If something happens later, I'll be live. Thank you, Murderous Row. It's just the convenient response for people is to blame Boone. It's a couple of YouTube channels that peddle it regularly, and they peddle it on Twitter. Those are definitely not the places you want to go for facts anyway. So, what horrible decision in Game 1? And what made you think Tim Hill was going to get out all three of those guys in a row? He had to face a minimum of 3. And the matchups favored Nestor Cortez. So, are you blaming Boone for that decision, Jace? Now, can you explain your logic behind it, please? Knowing those two things. $6.5 million from the Dodgers. All right, so they added $1 million. All right. Yeah, $6.5 million is going to be Roki Sasaki's signing bonus, and then he'll make the arbitration money the first 3 years, pre-arb money for the first 3 years, which is like 700 and whatever it is, 760K or whatever it might be. I don't know, third baseman or second baseman, Melody. That's a good question. I'm not sure. It really depends on what the market, offers and who becomes the better fit and who becomes the better deal. So There wasn't 2 outs, Mark, but even though he would had to have faced all 3 guys. So there was no guarantee he was going to get through all those guys. It would score just as amount of runs the Dodgers did in the World Series. So, but this is the talking points. Blame them for this, blame them for this. It's cherry picking of stuff. That's what we hear all around Twitter, where facts go to die. Right? It's like the truth social of social media. It's ridiculous. Profar's another one who's available. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost, but it's not going to be cheap. Solid player. The matchup favored him. Jason, again, you got to get over that. It's over. I don't know why people keep bringing that up. Nothing to do about it now. You know, why isn't when nobody's talking about Soto botching that cutoff play to Gleyber Torres? No, they'd rather fixate on blaming Aaron Boone for the decision to bring in Soto. I mean, the decision to bring in Cortez over Tim Hill. Well, yeah, the Yankees play exactly murderer's row. The players were not good. The pitcher that pitched well was Garrett Cole in the World Series. And yes, I agree, Marcus. Profar is going to get overpaid. Nothing yet, and I'd rather there be no whispers on Donovan. I like it when it's quiet, and that's when Cashman tends to pounce. I'd rather be that way. Yeah, we don't have to worry about Torres. We don't have to worry about Clay Holmes. We don't have to worry about Soto. So, remember when Soto left and everybody was saying he was a terrible outfielder, a shit outfielder. Remember that? That was what we saw the first week. And then he was a bad base runner. He wasn't here for either one of those things. It's amazing how the arguments go from this to that. Somebody puts something out on Twitter, and then the arguments change to that. And then someone else puts a different argument on Twitter, and then the arguments change to that. There's not even consistency in the arguments. It's almost as if people have lost the ability to think independently. It's crazy. But this is what happens in the World Series, too. A team wins and a team loses. Dodgers capitalized on the Yankees' mistakes, period. That's it. It's over. Yeah, and the roster took them to the World Series, Chase, now. World Series. Yeah. It's amazing how managers get judged more on player performance than the actual players do. It's kind of crazy, right? Yeah, the Dodgers and the Dodgers fans, they're still trying to troll the Yankees. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. Yeah, well, it's not for this 6.5 million is the signing bonus for Roki. And he'll get the pre-arb salary for the 3 years and then arbitration. But the arbitration salary can go up. So, like, if you look at all the money Shohei Ohtani made in his first 6 years, and then you add the signing bonus on top of it, that's what he made, not just the signing bonus. So it's not like 6.5. It's not like he's going to make $1 million every year. That's just a signing bonus. Yep. Joe Kelly and Chris Taylor and the Yankees would have lost. Again, talking points, trolling from players. Well, this is truth. Right? I mean, Dodgers fans have to troll Yankees. Mets fans have to troll Yankees. We don't go over there and troll them. Right? We can't guarantee that Georgia would have done this. That Georgia would have all these guys. It's a different game, Mario. Yeah, well, exactly too, Frank. Yeah. Success is recent and they have to troll. It's just it just goes to show. It's low quality. It's low IQ stuff. Mm-hmm. He's not like his pops. He has to run a different business now. George didn't have to deal with the extra draft picks and the qualifying offer stuff. He didn't have to deal with losing 10 spots in the draft. He didn't have to deal with any of that stuff. He didn't have to deal with financing his own stadium. Hal does. So it's a different game. And again, don't forget, George got banned from baseball for trying to manufacture. He hired a bookie to dig up dirt or create dirt on Dave Winfield because he hated him. And then he got banned from baseball because of that for life. And then he got reinstated after 3 years. During those 3 years he was gone, the Yankees drafted Derek Jeter and all those other guys. So had he not been banned, the Yankees wouldn't have those guys. So before we trash Hal for not being George, it's important for us to remember these things. I can't speak for George, and neither can you, Jay Snell. Well, Platypus, too, and to your point as well, and the NFL draft doesn't have 20 rounds. They have 6. He didn't get it back on track, Mario. Gene Michael did. Brian Cashman did. Not George. Got to give credit where it's due, Mario. I know people don't like to do that because they like to have their scapegoats. They like to, got to blame Cashman at least 3 times a week. Got to blame Boone just like 3 times a week. Got to do it. Got to hit my quota because the other YouTube channels are doing it. The people on Twitter are doing it. I got to keep up. Okay? George was different. There's no doubting his wanting to win, but he did not have to deal with this type of stuff. We don't know what he would have done. He would have had to adjust his mentality. We don't know if he would have been like Steve Cohen. We don't know. And it's a waste of time to deal in hypotheticals. It's a waste of time. Yeah, people hate on Cash. Yeah, yes, they do. Is he perfect? No. No doubt about it. Is Boone perfect? No. Platypus, you're missing the point. Draft picks, international money, okay, and the big contract. This is what you have to give when you have to overpay for players that are attached to qualifying offers, like Pete Alonso, like Alex Bregman, like Anthony Santander. There's a reason why none of these guys are signed yet, because of the attached to qualifying offers. It's like 4 levels of penalties, not 1, 4. That's a huge difference. You can blame the Yankees all you want, but none of the teams have signed these guys yet. None of them. Nick Pivetta, 9 wins last year. Got a freaking qualifying offer. That's all the shit you have to give up for that guy. That's how bad the QO is for baseball. We didn't lose that spark. Since George took over, actually since George passed, okay? Or let's go back to 1990 when who's won more World Series than Yankees, Mario? Who's been to more World Series than the Yankees? Mario. I'm not making your point of view. You're ignoring that other stuff. Well, I'm not upset, Mario. But I call out when people like to blame Cashman and Boone and completely ignore this other stuff, Mario. That's when I take offense. This is not a fair weather fan channel like other channels. We keep it straight and real here all the time. We don't pose as real people. We don't say a real talk. And if you don't agree with us, you're not a fan. Bullshit. Okay? Yeah, 27 rings. The next best team doesn't even have half that. It should be, Mark, because of qualifying offers. And again, teams are pocketing money that the Yankees give them for free in terms of revenue sharing. Okay? Italian Eddie, what's good? The Joe. Did I mention the front office, Platypus? You're gonna bring the shit. You better play. I'm on the screen here. You're not. You want to come and join me on the screen? I'll put it to you. You could defend. You could defend your argument in front of you, in front of everybody, like I am. Come and bring it, Platypus. Come and bring it, dude. Come on. The Cardinals are second in World Series. Not even the Dodgers. Thank you, Jack. Mark, I wish there was talk of a fly. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I won't, Marcus. I promise you, man. Platypus, bring it, dude. Good luck with that. I wish. Bring it. You can talk smack all you want in your little typewriter. Yeah, I knew you were kidding. Exactly, Discus. People bring up George for what? He's not here. Rest in peace. He's not here. They love to trash Hal and say he's not George and ignore the other stuff that George did that got himself into trouble. Bashing us about buying World Series. Bashing who about buying World Series? What was your team doing all that money when George was giving them luxury money? George wasn't giving them luxury money. He didn't have to deal with that. I'm not sure who you're talking to, Ruben. I think I'm lost here. Well, exactly. I mean, Aaron Judge wasn't even a top 20 pick in the draft. He was a compensatory pick after the first round. Thanks to Nick Swisher. Yeah. And it wasn't like that now, like it went back in the day, Ruben. It was different. Luxury tax and all that stuff. It's not this. It wasn't layered the way it is right now. They didn't have all this other penalties. Like the Yankees would never pay $60 million, so $64 million in luxury tax penalties like they did last year. $64 million, and then you add 140 million for revenue sharing. It's 200 million that are just out the door. Scouts didn't rate Judge very high, and he's a generational player. Chose Volpe over Henderson. What's pathetic about that, Platypus? I'm fine with Volpe. How many World Series have the Orioles been to with Henderson? How many divisions have they won with Henderson? You, my friend, Mazel Tov. How are you? Hal does it every year. He eats the money. No, he's not the complete owner now. He has partners to answer to. Where George did not have partners to answer to. That's right. You build your team through the draft, platypus. Not only free agency. Jeter was drafted. So was Judge. So was Pettit. Volpe is terrible. Okay. You won a Gold Glove last year, right? Okay. I didn't say he was a better player than Gunnar. I asked you a question. So you're terrible at trying to put words in my. I asked you how many divisions or championship World Series have they been to with Gunnar Henderson? Okay. Yeah, you pick 32 because you're good every year. A testament to the team, the GM and the owner. That's what happens. You pick at the top when your team sucks. That's the way that it is. So you can say all you want about Volpe. Doesn't really carry much weight here, dude. Yeah. The Brew Crew, yeah, something like that. In the 1980s. Yeah. Rest in peace, Bob Uecker. Yeah, passed yesterday. They can afford Tanner Scott, I think, if they move Marcus Stroman. You mean he needs to start hitting home runs, Jay Snow? Is that what you mean? Nobody cares, CWE. Sasaki's a Dodger. It doesn't guarantee them anything. And you can save the talking points about Murakami, too. People can think that all they want. Go right ahead. Don't care. I would not do Bregman on a 1-year deal. I don't think he would accept it either. People definitely don't understand the business side of the game. A lot of folks don't understand the common sense side of the game either. Which is why I call out talking points all the time. They're using other people's talking points as their own arguments. They can't defend their own positions. I got you, Mario. It's all good. But Bregman is not a fit here. Neither was Alonso. Yes, they do. Arias? They could. Maybe this reopens the Arias for Stroman. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure. Yeah. Say that later, Ben Gorilla, not now. Enjoy your little Roki Sasaki moment. I'm not going to kick you out, Mario. I don't kick people out when they disagree or whatever. As long as people are respectful to people in the chat, then it's all good. I want different opinions and different views. Good, Ben Grill. Man, people are giving the Dodgers just a dynasty already. Not happening. No, Volpe was part of it too. So was Cole. It was a team effort. I didn't try and say Volpe was better. I asked you a question. You couldn't answer it, and then you tried to pivot to it. You tried to I didn't put you in timeout. If I put you in timeout, you're gone. You'll never come back, platypus. I didn't put you in timeout. I can't do that. I don't have the ability to put people in timeouts. I can just ban people from the channel. That's my ability. No, you didn't answer, platypus. You tried to change it. I didn't put you in timeout. Like I said, I'm going to say it again since you're not listening. I don't have the power to put you in timeout. I can ban you. Someone else can put you in timeout, not me. The question was not. You just lied too. You just said you answered it. Now you say not we're Anthony, dude. Go stroke your elsewhere because it's not working here, dude. It's not working here, dude. NFE. No, I'm not asking the question again, platypus. Yeah, he went to the Dodgers. Big shocker. No, you didn't miss the question. You said you answered it, so you lied. I asked you more than that. I wouldn't trade for O'Neal Cruz. We don't need him unless he can play third base or second base. No, we're not giving the Dodgers a championship. That's a weak reaction. Why? Why give it to them? People can lay down the flag on them elsewhere, not here. That's not how we do it here. The Dodgers ain't gonna catch up to us in any lifetime. Not in this lifetime. Nah. Feels like the girlfriend leaving you for the ugly man. Huh? Well, exactly, Jack. Good on paper doesn't guarantee the result. So got to stay healthy. You got to perform. You think the Mets are going to hand it to the Dodgers? No. You think the Phillies are going? No. The Braves? No. Mm-mm. Exactly. Anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. You know what I mean, Ben? But yeah. But let me let you go, gang. Right? Let me let you go, gang. I appreciate the spirited discussion, the spirited debate. Okay. Sasaki, Dodgers. How many rings does he have? 0. How many rings does that guarantee? 0. Perform. They gotta stay healthy. So I'm not laying down the white flag just for their asses. Mm-mm. When Cashman doesn't make a move for a third baseman, would I defend that move? Defend the move that he doesn't make, Jason? Jason, are you even listening to your argument? Pull out the blood pressure. Yeah, it's all hard guns, but it is what it is. It's fine. Yeah, man. We keep it straight here, man. We keep it straight here. No, I wouldn't platypus because I've already said repeatedly that I don't think any of those guys should be starting. Those guys. And like I said, they're going to bring in somebody so that they don't have to start any of those guys. If you listened, you would have heard I've said that repeatedly. Almost every day. So I'm not angry, platypus. I think you need to understand you're not smart enough to make me angry. I'm real. It's different. I'm relaxed, platypus. Like I said, I'm not angry. You could troll, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. UFC 3. Is that tomorrow, brother? Is that tomorrow, NFC? I hear you, Marcus, man. Go relax. I'm gonna go upstairs. I gotta go bathe my daughters anyway. So, um, Oh, a software developer doesn't make you intelligent. I have an MBA. Economics doesn't make me any smarter. I could just break down the economics and the math. But your degree doesn't make you smart enough to get in my head. Psychologically, you're never going to beat me. Never. Slowly but surely, Kevin. It's a big project. It's expensive. He pulled out. Damn it. New York City. Tappers, New York City, baby. Polanco, yeah, but not enough to be the starter. But if they get him, they get him. I've been clear about who I like. I've been here about, the luster of playing for the Yankees. It's funny, winning more World Series than the Dodgers had over the last 30 years says differently for the real Yankee fans. What do you know, Ken? I know that Sasaki going to the Dodgers guarantees dick. Go live, brother. Give it to them. Let them have it. And if you let them have it, bro. I'm not giving them that. I don't have to give them anything, Platypus. Beat the Yankees again in the World Series. Then maybe I'll give them credit. No, I don't ban disagreement. I ban disrespect. Other channels ban disagreement. And they pose as being real talk. It's baloney. I don't do that. Disagreements are welcome. It helps. It invites us to think. Maybe it's last year. And the Yankees, I think, beat themselves more than the Dodgers beat. I gave them the credit for beating the Yankees, so good for them. Yankees are better now. It's a new year. No, I don't look back. Let's stop the name calling, the Nazi stuff. We are better than last year. The Dodgers on paper are better too. So we'll see what happens. 2025 is a whole new year. But stay tuned, gang. Let me go upstairs. Have a great night. Appreciate the discussion and debate. Spirited. Bring the energy. Love it. That's how we do it here all the time, baby. Peace and love to all of yous. Over now.